Shalom.
Shalom.
First off, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rakakadash.
Rakakadash.
We give double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone, Natasha's truth and will well. And salutations to you, hopefully that person is truth and honest sincerity. This is Brother Yahweh Sat.
Brother Yara.
We're a couple of brothers out of GMS Kansas City camp. Come to another sit down to the spirit power Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And the spirit of this lesson is going into divine protection and divine intervention. Just a quick testimony this morning. Basically, I dodged a bullet, man, from a car accident. You know, I was making a right-hand turn, and then I was going to be going probably about 100 feet, and then making another left-hand turn. Make the right, go make the left. Another driver was, going way too quick. And as I'm turning left, this guy had intentions to go up and around and get in front of me and cut me off and go ahead of me in a residential street. So he's trying to speed up and get in front of me instead of just being patient. And he sped up. As I'm turning left, I pumped the brakes. I see this random ass car out of nowhere, man. And they were flying. And then dude had no choice but to go over further to try to avoid from hitting me. And it was too late because there was a big ass fence right in front of him. Dude hit the curb, destroyed his bottom of his vehicle, and then hit the fence and destroyed the fence and just stopped. And I had about 4 minutes left to get to work, so I just shook my head looking, continued my left turn, and drove, man, and just like, wow, man, just dodge that, get to my destination for work, and clock in, and the Lord provided a good miracle because they said, hey, look, you showed up, we fucked up on getting your route ready, you're going home, and we're going to pay you for this route. Thanks for showing up.
Hey, that's deliverance right there, man.
So,
the Lord preserved you from the evil and gave you some good, man.
And then gave me a blessing right afterwards, man.
Yeah, calm.
And that got to him thinking, like, man, the Lord really got his angels looking out and watching all the time.
Yeah.
Man, because, driving on a highway or on a car's period is extremely dangerous. You got to worry about things you don't think about. People who be driving drunk, people on their phone looking down, not paying attention. You're going 70 miles per hour, one little hit can cause you to flip and lose your life.
Yeah.
So the Lord really orders our steps, every single day, and it's truth. We're being preserved from evil from all around, man.
Yeah.
I've had many life or death experiences, so this one I doubt I would have died from it, but I definitely would have got some damage, been very pissed off, but I didn't get touched at all. Lose some little jakes, man, young teenage jakes, man, just driving like a bat out of hell for no damn reason, man, in a 25 mile per hour residential neighborhood. Could have went through someone's fucking house.
Yeah, kind of. Had shit to say about it either.
Right.
Yeah, you don't even know how much the Lord just protects us, man.
God.
You happen to see it in that instance, man, but there's plenty of days I'm driving to work, man. I see people driving like idiots. That demon could jump over in the lane with me, man,
God.
You don't really think about it, but the Lord is always looking out for us, man.
That's right.
God.
And that goes to show through the spirit, man, we're in the right path. Because we're going to be faced with times where you're just going to be seeing death left and right. Just like I witnessed that Jay get judged. This car destroyed. Definitely might have possibly totaled it. And I'm just continuing to walk. And that the movie that comes to mind when thinking about that is The Book of Eli with Denzel Washington, man.
Yeah.
The whole movie, if you didn't know, spoiler alert, you should have seen it by now if you haven't seen it. But, the whole movie, he was blind the whole time. But he was taking dudes out, multiple dudes, dodging bullets, shooting motherfuckers.
And quoting precepts, too.
And the scriptures, just moving in all this danger.
Yeah.
Impending doom, and it's all just going right past them. And eventually, doesn't have any map or any guidance or directions, but gets to his place that he's trying to get to while blind, man.
Yep. Yeah, with a cackling woman behind him, too, man.
Right.
Yeah.
God.
Precept.
God.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 3, starting verse 1. Finally, brethren, pray for us, that the word of the Lord Yahweh may have free course and be glorified, even as it is with you, and that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men. For all men have not faith. All right, and that's one example where you have a bunch of wicked, individuals, or those two kids, they were being wicked, and the Lord preserved us, man. But this goes for all of our day-to-day lives, man. You know, we're constantly around wicked people, man. All right, this place is the valley of the shadow of death. What do you think you're going to find here? You know, there's no righteous men here outside of the elect. All right, so the Lord is constantly having to preserve us. It says, verse 3, but the Lord Yahweh is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil.
That's right, man. You know, keep you from evil. You know, and I could have made a decision to pull over and stop, and it would have been an altercation, you know, because they were already aggressively driving, felt I was going too slow and wanted to go around, you know. And I could even, they're doing the shit so quick, I couldn't even see them, man. I'm living my life. I'm making a left every turn to go to work. This motherfucker coming, swiving around, had to swerve further, and fuck this whip up, man. You know, so I could have got into it with the dude, and it could have went way left or south, but, you know, Spirit told me, hey, I had no choice but to keep on going. Otherwise, I don't want to lose my fucking job. You know, not over some reckless little niggas. You know, but hey, that goes to show, hey, you stay on the right course, you know, the Lord gonna preserve you.
Yeah.
And we're gonna witness the judgment of the 2/3 real soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
We're
gonna be riding by, you know, just cruising. Damn, that motherfucker's getting beheaded. Damn, she getting ravished.
Yeah.
Damn. You know, this bullets flying.
Right. And the scripture say in that day, people are going to be cold, man. It
Yeah.
says the love of many shall wax cold. So these not going to be regular judgments, man. These people are really not going to be right.
That's right.
It's going to be literally like being pushed off in the deep end and you can't swim. You know, that's how Jacob's trouble is going to be for a lot of people. You know, constantly trying to keep your head above water and then boom, something grabs you and pull your ass back down.
God.
You know?
That's right, bro. I got another precept. This is the book of Psalms 119 and 133. It says, order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me. You know, so we let the word order our steps by trying to keep the law, statutes, commandments, and serve Yahweh Shem Shai to the best of our abilities. Okay? That way, no iniquity can rule and rule over you. Now, we're not saying that you're in the truth, that you're going to avoid all harm or trouble. No. It's actually quite the opposite. You're going to catch a lot of hell because you have to be proven. You got to be tried. You got to go through the trenches. And we all have our down times as far as going through tribulation and have our pain and suffering. You know, but you're also going to have a season of reaping too.
Yeah.
It's a balance to it. But overall, the Lord's going to take care of you and preserve you from ultimately death. You know, he's got an angel guiding your steps and making sure he push people out the way that could do you harm. So don't let yourself get too frustrated in a situation that seems just not to go the way that you planned or intended. Because the Lord could be preserving you from death. You could be going on a highway like, fuck, I missed my turn. You don't know through the Spirit you missed that turn for a reason. Because if you would have got off that off-ramp and went, you would have got T-boned by somebody. You know, or you could have slid, lost control. Or who knows what happens, man?
Yeah. Con, brother. I had another morning.
No, go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Psalms 138, starting at verse 6. It says, though the Lord Yahweh be high, though the Lord Yahweh be high, yet hath he respect unto the lowly, but the proud he knoweth afar off. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, thou wilt revive me. Thou shalt stretch forth thine hand against the wrath of mine enemies, and thy right hand shall save me. All right. Now, this is particular testimony was not the wrath of a man, but it's still, you know, wickedness going on. You know, people out of control, people out of order. But this applies to everything that's going to come against us, man. Whether it's a car accident or, you know, wicked men that seek to do you harm. You know, the Lord speaks about a standard being lifted up for his men, you know, on all fronts. We're going to be physically protected and we're going to be physically provided for, man. We're going to have substance and food, all right? And we're going to be joy-hearted during the time of trouble while everybody else is starving, man. All right? And these small examples are just a precursor of the things that are to come. You know?
Con. That's right, bro. You got any more on that one?
That's it. Yeah.
This is the book of 2 Samuel chapter 22. It says, verse 3, Yahweh of my rock, in him will I trust. He is my shield and the horn of my salvation, my high tower and my refuge, my Savior. Thou savest me from violence. I will call on Yahweh, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies. So this is also goes into the importance of having the name of the Lord, man. You call upon him, he's going to make sure you're taken care of. You're protected. You know, it's a good habit to get into before you go anywhere. You're in transit somewhere and you're driving a vehicle. You should send up a prayer for protection over yourself. Make sure you get to your destination and get back home safely. You know, that gives you that covering, you know, to make sure no harm comes upon you.
Yeah, come on, man.
You know, another testimony, when I was in the military, I used to, you know, train how to shoot. And I was downrange, basically scoring targets. Other instructors weren't paying attention and following with the orders of what to do. As I'm scoring targets, I just hear gunshots open fire and bullets flying past me left and right, man. I didn't get touched.
Wow, yeah.
You know, there was over like 10 or 12 students shooting rifles. You know, these weren't blanks.
Yeah.
And all those bullets kept flying, man, and I didn't get touched not one time, man. So that was the Lord preserving me.
Yeah.
You know? So a lot of you probably have personal testimonies too, going through things, you know, near-death experiences, and you still make it.
That's right, man.
Okay.
It says, a quick one.
Okay.
It says Psalms 22 and 19. Be not thou far from me, O Lord Jehovah, O my strength. Haste thee to help me. All right, so these were prayers that our forefathers would put up all the time, man. Help now. You know, I'm thinking about the matter of the three holy children, man. You know, 1 minute they getting hands put on them to go into a fiery furnace, and the next minute, boom, they're completely protected, man, completely covered. You know, and that fire was so hot it burned the men that were trying to throw them in there. You know, so how much more a regular car accident or the things that we're gonna go through? You know, and we're gonna see much worse things. You know, we get delivered from, but these are faith builders. You know.
God, that's right, bro. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that account within the scriptures. That's a good story to go into. You know, that's the ultimate story in the scriptures of going into protection, man.
Yeah, that's the Lord not only protecting you but making an example out of it, because He did that in front of the whole kingdom of Babylon, man. Basically embarrassed them. So you can't touch my people unless I say you can touch them. That's the message that the Lord was basically sending, you know, and that's one reason why He's called the Redeemer of Israel, man. You know.
That's right. You got another one, bro?
No. Let me see. Hold on. Oh yeah, I go down to verse. Salakia. Let me go down to verse 23. It says, "Ye that fear me, ye that fear the Lord Jehovah, praise Him. All ye the seed of Jacob, glorify Him, and fear Him. All ye the seed of Israel." See, that's why we always preach about fearing the Lord, because you know if you ain't done a video in a while, or you know your spirit ain't, you should be nervous, man. That's how I am just driving on the road, man. You know, because you want to make sure you're constantly in the good graces of the Lord. You know.
That's right.
But it says, verse 24, "For He hath not despised or abhorred the affliction of the afflicted, neither hath He hid His face from him. But when He cried unto Him, He heard." All right. So the Lord hears everything that we got going on, man. Not every affliction that we get is of Satan. Sometimes the Lord is allowing it to happen, but the Lord knows the amount. The Lord knows the degree of affliction that we can take. You know, and the amount of affliction that's going to break you, the Lord's going to protect us from it, man. You know?
Come.
It says, verse 25, "My praise shall be of thee in the great congregation. I will pay my vows before them that fear Him." All right? And these young guys, they don't fear the Lord, man. All right? That's why their car is totaled, and that's why they're probably going to just die of Jacob's trouble, man.
Right.
You know, there's people getting judged all the time because they just lack a fear of the Lord. You know, you can tell a nigga that doesn't fear the Lord because he doesn't have any regard for anything. He doesn't walk around with any kind of humility. All right, keeping the law is is an afterthought. You know, like these guys that that are cooking up, you know, ham, you know, and soaking it in Coca-Cola, talking about it's clean now. You know,
Right.
that's how you can tell the individual that just lacks fear, man. Do you think the Lord is gonna protect them, man?
Hell no.
You know, so you want to be worthy of protection. That's the other thing, man. The Lord is not just gonna protect any nigga, man. All right, because what does He say about the men? Because it looks like, you know, niggas are the most protected right now, but that's not to be mistaken for protection. That's them being reserved into judgment. All right, and I'll go try to find that real quick.
That's right, because the Lord says He's slow to anger, slow to wrath. So His judgment is coming, but it's coming slowly. But things are gonna start picking up. The closer we get to the end days, things start happening more and more and more. We're beginning to see, you know, 2/3 actually are catching hell now. You know, 2/3. You know, all these shootings going on. The women are getting judged. You know, we're gonna start seeing, you know, starvations and hunger hit these people. You know, their pockets gonna be getting hit. People getting evicted. You know, we're gonna literally start seeing approaching the time period. You're gonna begin seeing bodies, man.
Right.
Like the Lord got heavy scopeo on the rap industry right now. You know how many rappers been put to death within the past 2 to 3 years? It's been hundreds, man. Lord isn't dealing with it, man. Yeah, quick one right here. This is Hebrews 4:16. It says, "Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may attain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need."
Yeah, come on, man.
You know? So grace is something that isn't an entitlement. It's a privilege to have grace, man.
Right. It's not something to be taken advantage of. Oh, the Lord is not putting people to death right away so I can eat pork. Oh, the Lord is, you know, we can't really keep the law of adultery because they're all hoes. So I'm gonna fuck this man's wife. No, man.
Right.
That's you taking advantage of grace, man.
Right.
And the Lord's got a reward for people like that, man.
That's right, man. Yeah, that also goes into tempting the Lord as well. And thou shalt not tempt Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Don't tempt the Lord thy God, man. And you tempting him when you playing games like that. You said like, oh, I can get away with this, or I can get away with this, or you just find an excuse.
Right.
Any excuse to continue in wickedness and sin. The Lord ain't dealing with that, man.
God,
go ahead, bro.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4. For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. All right. So, and it says, well, that's the main point on that. The Lord reserves men unto judgment, and He also straight up punishes people, man. You know, so not every nigga that's winning right now is a blessing of the Most High. They're getting their consolation on this side, you know.
That's right.
So we may go through things that it looks like the Lord is punishing us, but He's really not. It's just a chastisement. Chastisement is for growth. You know, it's not a pleasant experience, but it's for growth. That's not what the Lord is doing with us. What He's doing with a bunch of niggas, man.
Right.
I wanted to get the other
because when evil things happen to them, they don't change their lifestyle at all. You know, when stuff happens to us, we try to learn from it and move in a different way, and you know, evaluate it. Why did this happen? How could I prevent it from happening? You know, a nigga in the world, he'll get shot, and then he'll go on a fucking music video a couple hours later, you know, bragging about the shit, how he from the streets, how he hard. You know, I've been shot X amount of times, blah, 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 and then make a fucking rap video, how much he gonna shoot some other nigga. I'm gonna get you here and here and here. You know, you continue the same bullshit that got you shot in the first place. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
You know, so there's a difference. Like the brother said, who receives those type of tribulation.
Yeah.
Are you actually humbling yourself and trying to learn from it, or are you actually just trying to just take it and boast in the sin and continue it? You don't fear the Lord at that point.
Man. I remember that. Not remember, but this week they got these niggas, not Slim Thug, a Young Thug, and all those gangs down there in Georgia, man. Yeah. And they was killing hella Jakes out there, man, just being niggas. And all of them niggas wrote rap lyrics about it, man.
Wow.
All of them niggas told what they was gonna do in their songs, and now prosecution literally bringing that shit up in court. Like, oh, you said this, huh?
Right. Yep.
Oh yeah, it looks like you did kill him on that day. You stupid nigga. That's a
Right.
nigga taking advantage of grace, man.
That's right.
You see, that's and that's an extreme example, but that's how y'all are with the Lord, man.
Yep.
Y'all literally writing the shit down that y'all gonna do. You just provoking the Lord, man. Like when we got out of Egypt, y'all already had a damn calf built, before we even got out the damn desert, man.
Right.
That's provoking the Lord, man. There's a reward for you niggas, man. All right, because we're just thankful the Lord saved us from a car accident, and here you are taking all the liberties to be a nigga, to smoke blunts, all right, to pull up on the ops, all right, to fuck on some other man's woman,
Right.
and you're just in a complete opposite spirit that you need to be in. And so when that day of calamity, and I cannot wait, the day of calamity comes, the Lord ain't gonna hear none of that shit, man. He ain't hearing no repentance. He doesn't care if you know the name. All right, you can be fluent in the Lashawan Kodash. The Lord is not going to hear you, man. All right, because you're rebellious now. All right, He's not going to protect a nigga, man. But I had this in 2 Peter, 3rd chapter. It says, "For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Lord Yahweh the heavens were of old, and the standing out of the water, and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished." Talking about the flood. It says, "But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men," man. All right. So the Lord had a great day of destruction reserved for the people in the old world, which is the flood, and now He's reserved a new day, man. And that day is that day He's reserved is the day of fire, man. As it says in Malachi, the day that burns hot as an oven. All right, that's what happens when you're not on the Lord's side. Not only you're not going to be protected, you're going to get utterly destroyed, man.
God. Yeah, it goes right back into that story, beginning into Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Y'all ain't about to just be chilling in that fire like them.
No,
You're going to be tortured to death. You're going to be cooked, man. You're going to be cooked and down to the last cell in your body is going to be getting cooked and torched. You'll be boiled from the inside out, man, from the radiation.
Yep.
This is what the judgment you guys got coming.
Yeah, because you're proud, man.
That's right. I got that precept in Daniel. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 3. I'll start at verse 8. It says, "Wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and declaimer, and all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fury furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up." And this is the mentality you got to be ready to be put in. Refusing the bullshit they're going to try to force you to worship.
Yeah.
To bow down to the beast system and end all be all, taking the MOTB, that charagma that goes into your hand and your head.
Okay. And notice those are, when it says they were over provinces, man, I mean, they had high positions in the kingdom of Babylon.
Yeah.
Not as high as Daniel, but they were high up there, man. So that shows you Esau's going to try to scare you. Yep. He's going to take a leader of this society and do him bad.
That's right, man.
Right?
Yeah.
And then see if you got the faith in that day, man.
Yeah. Because that's a hard thing to do. They had it. The pressure was even on them even more because of their position. That's like equivalent today to being like a damn state senator or some shit. A high level up in the politics. Everybody knows your face, so everybody knew these men.
Right.
And it says, verse 13, verse 13. It says, "Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now, if ye be ready that at what that time to hear the sound of the cornet, flute, and harp, and sackbut, psaltery, and the clamor, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is it that God shall deliver you out of my hands? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, let it be known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was wont to be heated.
Yeah.
And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's command was so urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So the guy throwing them in there got put to death. That goes to show how hot it was.
Yeah.
And that goes to show the how early, how soon, immediate the protection was on Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego. Because they could have, if he got burned up, isn't he holding them just as close? How come they didn't get burned up immediately before they went in? The Lord already had their back.
Right.
Already.
Right. And it's funny too, because it was somehow, like, you know how you do in the Photoshop a wallpaper, you got to cut out a circle around of somebody. Yeah. That's what the Lord did with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, man. Because they're like holding on to this right here, but they got burnt up. Yeah. And we didn't. So the Lord just cut an outline out. Like, let that nigga get burnt up, man. And that was one of Nebuchadnezzar's mighty men. They're mighty men.
That's right, man.
That's some cold thing when you think about it, man. It's not just going to be quick. It's like, it's precise, man.
God. So the Lord ain't playing when it comes to protecting his men, man. You know, and they put that wager out there, and the Lord had their back. Okay, that's verse 24. It says, "Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was a stone, and rose up in haste, and spake and said unto his counselors, Did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire.
Yeah, they
have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the son of Yahweh. Yeah, and that 4th we know was Yahushai, man.
That's right, man.
And the furnace with him, protecting him. So Yahushai gonna be with us, man.
Yeah.
Even if the missiles hit, and somehow we don't get beamed up and delivered, the Lord could do the same thing. Put just a cloak of protection to where that fire don't even touch you. You just walking through, watching everyone scream, getting blown away.
Yeah.
Some brothers it can happen, man. You just be like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, unscathed, untouched, just walking through, man.
Right. So Yahushai, he's the ultimate shepherd, man. You know, one of them sheep get in trouble, man. He's there. Boom. Yep. He's never lost a sheep, man. If you're of the elect, you're gonna be. Nobody can pluck you out of the Lord's hand, man. Nobody can do any harm to you that the Lord didn't allow. You know. The Lord can protect us from anything, man. And that's why there are miracles in the Bible, man. That's a show of the Lord's power, the power that we serve, man. You know, these should be very encouraging things, you know, because if you're right, if you know that you're right in your spirit, man, then you already know there ain't nothing Esau gonna be able to do to us, man.
That's right.
And whatever he does manage to do to us, we're gonna have the spirit to overcome it, man.
Yep.
You know, some brothers might have to face the guillotine, but the brother gonna have a spirit on him, like. Take me out like those 7 men in the Maccabees, man.
That's right, man.
All right? I'm not saying that every brother can go through that, but those men had a spirit on them to endure that, man. And the Lord knows each and every one of us, man. That before we were formed in the belly, he knew us, man. You know? And that is something to really rejoice about, man. We just gotta not, drop this pearl, man. And stay abide in the truth.
That's right, man. Set up a prayer to you. How about Shemal Shai? And he'll lift up a standard, man, as well. Scripture say he's gonna lift up a standard against them when the enemy comes in like a flood. So brothers gonna get spiritual power, man. They may wipe out the whole fucking SWAT unit that come in here and try to roll on them.
Yeah, man. Real quick one. 1 Peter 5:6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time. It says, casting all your care upon him. All right, there's nothing we can do about a 4,000-pound vehicle coming at us, man. We can't do shit to that, man. Our strength is in the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. That's our strength. It says, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you, man. All right? If you're of the elect, you don't understand how precious you are, man. You think he's just going to let some nigga do you bad in the street, man? Or Esau, or filthy heathen put his hands on you like that, man? All right? It don't feel like it because we got to suffer all these things right now. But when the rubber meets the road, so to speak, the Lord is going to stand up for us, man. All right?
That's right. That's right, bro. Got a little bit more on this one.
Oh, so like
it says, verse 27, and the princes, governors, and captains, and king's counselors being gathered together, saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was an hair of their heads singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of the fire had passed on them. So they didn't even smell like the fire, man.
Right, man. That's crazy right there. That's what you call a supernatural force field right there, man.
Yep.
Like they didn't even smell like fire, man. The Lord said, you and everything you own is with us, man. That's why you women need to get in fucking order, man.
That's right.
All right? Because everything that with us is going to be pristine, perfect. Our clothes not even going to be wrinkled in Jacob's trouble, man.
Right. God.
You see, because that's how the Lord gets down. It's not just about him caring for, it's him making an example to the heathen too. Like, just so y'all know, these are my people. You know, right. and it's clear, Now we don't have an everyday example of this, but that's how the Lord feels about us, man. We just got to remember we're paying back a debt too. We all went off in some form or fashion, so that's got to be paid back, in some degree through suffering, But we're there, man.
That's right. Calm, bro. Verse 28 says, then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own God. Therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other God that can deliver after this sort. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. So even the heathen had to get respect off of that, man.
Yeah, they saw some shit like that. They were like, "Damn!"
Right? Yep.
You would think the heathen would have just all started worshiping Yahweh after all of that, bro.
Right? Instead of even doing that, they still stuck to their dumbass gods, but they just basically.
But they respected us. They already knew what it was. Like because he knew if we actually tried to put hands on these people, the Lord might slice through this whole goddamn kingdom, man.
Yeah, you probably did that out of fear. Made that decree out of fear. All right, nobody fuck with these niggas, all right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Matter of fact, give them a promotion.
Clothes don't even smell like it, man. So he went from being angry and full of wrath to bowing down and having respect, and that's how these heathen gonna be, man. They don't respect us, man. When Ishmael is selling you some bullshit in the corner store, he don't respect you, but overnight, boom, watch what happens.
Yep.
They're gonna turn just like he did, like, oh damn. Just like Balaam in the vision of Balaam in the Numbers.
God.
Balaam was scoffing against us, man. I think he was a Midianite, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And he got a vision of the Lord. He basically saw the end times. He was like, damn. He saw us getting delivered out of Jacob's trouble. He saw us balling in the kingdom. He's like, oh shit, man, these ain't no lowly people.
Right.
He went from thinking the least of us to understanding that we're really the gods of the new world, man.
That's right. That's right. And that's what you people are going to come to realize, man, real soon. Real soon, man. Hey, so your brothers and Akim and Akwaf, just stick to the truth, man. Stick to the scriptures. Have faith, walk by faith, not by sight. And ultimately let that be your shield, your salvation.
Yeah.
Remember the name of Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. And always remember to call upon those names, man, and trust in Him. And no matter what, you're gonna be good, man.
That's right, man. That's right, brother.
You got anything else, bro?
That's it, brother.
Time with that. Lord's will, this lesson is edifying. We're gonna go ahead and close out with all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, Tasha's truth and will well, and salutations to you, hopefully that person's truth and honest sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.